authoritative.
You don't steal verbatim, or when you do, as he did 99% of the time, you give credit.
Biden's critics say he sells himself as a man whose words and visions can inspire a new generation in politics. But if the thoughts, phrases, and visions really belong to others, it's a form of false advertising.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new question stemmed from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in the class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed.
Used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
Biden seems to be claiming Kinnock's vision and life as his own.
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Wayne Carey is the first woman in her family in 1,000 generations to be able to get to university.
My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania and would come up after 12 hours and play football.
8 hours underground and then come up and play football.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
And it goes on and on. Character. Something Joe Biden has lacked his entire life, as a matter of fact. But let's go on. Biden repeated a version of a family anecdote he told in April. He said Tuesday, this is 2023, his grandfather, who had worked as an oil company executive, died just days before he was born, himself in the same hospital. Biden's claim is false in 2 ways. As conservative media outlets pointed out in April, when Biden said his grandfather died in the same hospital I was born in 2 weeks before I was born, his paternal grandfather, who had worked in the oil industry, Joseph Harry Biden, died in a hospital in Baltimore, Maryland in September 1941. The president was born more than a year later in November 1942 in Scranton, Pennsylvania.